Welcome to Ask and Learn.
Here we have the graph of a position function, and we want to know when the particle is speeding up and when it's slowing down. It'll be speeding up when the velocity and acceleration have the same sign, either both positive or both negative, and it will be slowing down when they have different signs, one positive and one negative. So what we're going to do is break our time intervals down and analyze what's happening with the velocity and acceleration in each interval. So we have 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 4. Something is changing for each interval. So now we're going to find the sign of the velocity and the sign of the acceleration. When the position graph is increasing, the velocity is positive. So we see it increasing from 0 to 1, and we see it increasing from 3 to 4. When the position equation is decreasing, the velocity is negative. So we see it decreasing from 1 to 3. Now, the acceleration is the second derivative of position, and the second derivative relates to the concavity of the curve, concave up versus concave down. If the curve is concave down, the second derivative will be negative, and if the curve is concave up, the second derivative will be positive. So we see that this curve is concave down from 0 to 2. So we have a negative acceleration, and then it's concave up from 2 to 4. So we have a positive acceleration. Now let's look and see when both of these signs are positive. Velocity and acceleration are both positive from 0 to 4, and they're both negative from 1 to 2. So that's the indication of speeding up. So we have speeding up from times 1 to 2 and from times 3 to 4. Now look for when they have opposite signs, from 0 to 1 and from 2 to 3. So that means it's slowing down. 0 to 1, 2 to 3. Okay, let's do something similar for the second graph. So again, we're going to be analyzing the velocity and the acceleration to figure out whether they're positive or negative. So we have the interval from 0 to 1, from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3, and from 3 to 4. We have the velocity and we have the acceleration. Okay, so this graph is decreasing from 0 to 3, and so it has a negative velocity from 0 to 3. This graph is increasing from 3 to 4, so it has a positive velocity from 3 to 4. This graph is concave up from 0 to 1, so it has a positive acceleration. Then it's concave down from 1 to 2, so it has a negative acceleration. Then it's concave up from 2 to 4, so it has a positive acceleration again. Now let's look for where the signs are the same. The signs are the same from 1 to 2 and 3 to 4, so that would be when it's speeding up. The signs are different from 0 to 1 and 2 to 3. That would be when it's slowing down.